Hey, welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib, where we're going to be talking about Short Fuse, the raid that is currently ongoing in alpha and just started in beta, and some of the prizes and yada yada yada. I'm not sure we're going to get any walkthroughs with the damage people have been getting, but we will see. How are you doing, Lady Cat?
Good.
And Magic Mike?
Just peachy. Doing well.
And Derpy.
Oh, apparently they weren't feeling pretty today.
Yeah. So let's get going. Alrighty. Fixed a bug where this appears to be a base attacking issue. Fixed a bug where battles started immediately after defenders joined. Now both players will need to join and click ready before the battle starts, or I assume the timer runs out. One or the other. This has been around for forever.
I don't know if this is necessarily a bug fix as much as a change/new feature they've implemented.
Yeah, because this is not a new thing.
I like it. I've been asking for it.
Something sort of close to what I've been asking for is extending battle load in time from 15 to 30 seconds. I was, we were talking about more complicated things that, attack now versus,
Auto attack, manual attack, yeah.
Yeah. So 30 seconds is better than 15, so you got a better chance of getting into the battle prior to your ships engaging the target. So I like this. And then as far as HTML5 beta, just the normal, so the normal thing. And the latest announcement on the 132 is one more click. This got posted a couple minutes ago, so we'll see. I have my doubts on this. I think the 132 will eventually show up if they haven't already, because it's going to make it much more difficult to get your completion bonuses for the S and the X if this holds true. So. So, Derpy, you did your preview. There was still no 132s, correct?
Yeah, they went out to get milk and cigarettes and never came back.
Let's see. Yeah, the I don't know how like a single target is just not ready at this point in time. There must be something tragically wrong with it. So I don't know. Let's move on and see what else we got. All right, we are in the raid, Short Fuse. There was art showcase. I didn't click on that link. Next week we got new FM prizes and.
Hold on, that link is actually somewhat. There's some things wrong with that link. The Everest has missiles on the art showcase.
Okay, all right. I have not. Like you said, I did not bother to click on that. Maybe we will, if we have time left over, we can review that post. I just haven't clicked on it. So we'll get to that. But new FM prizes, I don't know at this point what they would be for, except for
new FM prizes. Right?
Yeah, would they be for the Everest? But we're getting new FMs.
They're going to be early sneak. They're going to be early armors for the next. They're going to be early assault armors.
Yeah, that's probably the case. And this is going to be the last month of the 160. So.
Well, what?
What?
The last month of the 160 or the last month of the 143? I guess 143 goes away now. Okay, and the upcoming month is the last week of the 160.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have one more month of the 160. So And if you have your Everest decently built and are willing to use a short long pinch or a small long pinch, it's instant repair. It takes a bit of time, but and as we talked about before, they've basically doubled the level of effort in the FM last time around. Maybe they will think better of that this time. And then Bounty 36, and then special event, not pillage. So we're going to have an extra week in the FM prior to the next raid, based on what I'm reading here. So, alrighty. Any thoughts on this before we go to the PvE calendar? Okay, let's move on. All right, basically the same thing. VXP, and then we have. Okay, yeah, we have the Siege Hall. What was the name of it? Where we get the damn it! What? I just forgot the name of that TLC with the that gives you the Gladius tokens.
Sword of Legion.
Yeah, Sword of Legion. Sword of Legion will take place the same week as Bounty, and then we have a special activity, and Pillage is not until October 7th. So, okay. Let's move on. All right, short fuse. In case you missed it, Derpy was doing a preview earlier and went through the targets. Did not get me any screenshots of the targets, but oh well. He was having a hard enough time as it was. So,
I sent them to you.
did you? Oh, when did you send them? Oh, crap.
About 10 minutes ago.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, they showed up. Okay. All right, I'd already started, Okay. We were already in motion. Sorry about that. I missed them. Are you planning to? Are you going to be able to hit any of the targets or not?
Yeah, I should be able to hit at least one of them, and
Okay.
peek the other if not hitting it.
Okay, so no reason for me to quickly put those into motion. We'll be able to see them in real time. And let's move on. All right, Chris put this together. I wasn't going to retype everything. Colors are depressing, but
They're depressing or impressive?
Depressing. It's like blues and grays, and it's just not.
But it's quite military almost.
It's easy to read, though.
Yeah, I think mine was easy to read,
And it's understandable. I think you did a good job.
Well, I don't like having them in ascending order. People aren't used to that. We're used to the highest numbers being on top with these type of things. But
okay, I guess they could change that around. But
okay, all right. But basically, what I get out of this is we have a 130, and potentially at one point we'll get 132s, and this will complete a set bonus that will give you 1,000,000 points if in total. And then the 510, which is a Gladius X target, and then a 602, which is a Mutineer target. Combining that with the S target will give you another 1.25 million. So for a total of 2.25 million if you hit all 4 targets. And then we have Mutineer targets. How did you find the Mutineer targets relative to the point value?
With an upgraded fleet, they're worth it in terms of the damage. I would say not worth it in terms of the seat time. If all you have is a free Mutineer fleet, you'll be able to, I guess, get the 6 million you need, but it won't be won't be easy or stress free. I don't think if you have a Gladius, it will be worth hitting those in terms of your time spent. It might be okay to auto the lower one, the 80, if you have nothing else to repair. But
yeah, because that does give you 450 points, which is close to, if we never get the 130, is close to hitting the 2 of the 130s. I mean, if we never get the 132,
I would just ignore the set bonus on that and only hit the 80. I don't think hitting all 3 targets in terms is worth it in terms of getting that small set bonus. But if you wanted to, you could.
Okay, and you were driving that. I guess nobody has any experience at this point as far as just straight up autoing the 80.
Yeah, although it was the 8 auto target from the first raid, so.
Okay. Alrighty, that might be an interesting experiment to see what kind of damage people get just straight up autoing it. For people that just like to, play from their, tablets or not pay attention to the game. So I guess let's move on.
You'd only need about 60 of those.
Okay. The top prize, which we'll get into, is the Cloud Breaker Everest, and the controversial Ascension mortar system, and the Gladius build tokens. We get 10 of them, and the Gladius upgrade tokens, which we also can get 10 of. So those are, if somebody brings up the game later, it is surprising that these Gladius build and upgrade tokens are cheaper than the Riot tokens, but oh well. Let me see if you want to go to that. Go to tokens. Okay, and
I guess I can't see the Riot upgrade token because I'm maxed out on that, but it looks like it's between the.
It's 1.8. It's like a couple hundred. It's like 100,000 or 1,500,000 or 100 or
it would be between
100,000
these
or
two.
150,000. Yeah, it's more than the Gladius. It's
so 1.4 million.
I think it's 1.7. I think it's 250,000 more than the Gladius.
Well, where's the Gladius?
The Gladius is 1,500, or 150,000.
What?
No,
that's not what you mean.
1.5 million.
What are you looking for? Gladius build token?
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah, it's 1.5 million.
Yeah,
and the Riot, I guess I should upgrade a Riot or something to see, but.
Well, you're also comparing, at that point, you're comparing upgrade and build tokens, which are different prices.
Yeah. I can't even find anything in the stupid prize menu.
It's the same issue as the rockets for the Praetorian being, there's no automatic.
Yeah, those are still in there at 1 million.
Yeah.
So where is Gladius? So that's 1.7 million for the Gladius.
The upgrade, but it's 1.5 million for the build.
Okay. What are the Riot upgrade tokens costing?
It's more.
I guess I can't see.
I'm trying to find it. Riot upgrade token. Riot upgrade token?
Yep.
1.4.
Oh, maybe they changed it after I made my nasty comments in Discord.
Probably. What the other issue they had was the prices. They have one structure build token available. They usually have 2, and I think the price is usually different. So I don't really understand what that is about.
Okay.
Yeah, Riot upgrade token 1.4. Okay. Because it slipped out of my window as soon as I saw it. I wanted to get it back in to make sure. Yep.
Okay. And then we get the Overlord carrier shards. There are 7 available at 2.5 million each. It requires 14 to complete the ship. This might be a good spot for that other 7, is that special activity. or unless it's just going to be like one of the goofy special activities where you just get skins and whatnot. But as far as the players that don't want to participate in bounty, it's going to take 2 months, and then it takes another month to build it. Is it still going to be useful at that point in time is, one question. But this only gets you halfway there, everybody. So, is there anything else on this list that's jumping out at anybody? Okay. If not, we can move on. All right, the Everest Flagship, the Cloudbreaker, has several differences between that and the normal Everest. Instead of 4, it has 6 countermeasure slots. The normal has 4, right?
The normal one does have 4, yes.
Yeah. So it has 2 extra countermeasure slots. It has an additional 20% projectile speed, and then it has this assortment of countermeasure upgrades, adding 10% to range and 30% to reload. It'd be nice if they had something in there for accuracy, but we can only ask for so much. The interesting thing is they've added a defensive component, even though the brimstone attacks the ship with the highest percent health. So it does.
Is it highest percent health or highest total armor points? I never got a straight answer on that.
Well, it doesn't have any more armor. Well, it actually
has fewer armor points, which is why I'm wondering. So is it percent or armor points?
I don't know. We've been getting conflicting answers on that. And why does it have fewer armor points, but higher survival?
Why does it have fewer armor points and built-in survival that gives it effectively 300,000 armor points? It's a weird decision.
So it makes, if it's straight up armor points, which I don't think it is. I think it's percent. That would be weird, but yeah, that is a weird decision as far as why they did that. Something sneaky's going on.
Or someone made a mistake, but probably something sneaky.
Yeah. And then one I forgot to highlight is it has 5% more evade than the normal one. It's got 25 as opposed to the normal has 20. In addition, it has...
It does not have that plus 5% splash either.
Okay. All right. I don't think they just took it out of evade and or just took it from splash and added the 5% to evade.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah, some interesting things in there. Wonder how much of it is like, is this intentional or is this accidental? Like, okay, that looks good. And so we also have a built-in Cloudbreaker mortar. This is sort of, I was expecting more out of this. That reduces the anything's explosive and penetrative reload as well as projectile speed by 20%. It has a range of 85 to 90, so it's the same range as your as the mortars that you have normally equipped on the ship. Splash of 24, and a reload time of 35, which is
insanely high.
Yeah. Even if just with reload, you're going to get down to 8.75. So, and then with whatever else you have built on the ship, you're probably not going to get below 6 or 5 or 6 is probably somewhere around there is what you'll end up with, as opposed to sub-second type of reload times that we're used to on so many weapons. One more click. It's affected by reload specials and rank. The aura is 24 range and lasts for 6 seconds. So anything within the 24 range of the 3 salvos, there is not a spread listed. So that could be an omission, or they're all going to land in the exact same spot. But there are 3 salvos. I'm assuming there is an actual spread. It's just not been included. And so therefore, the area of effect, the aura range, is probably going to be larger than 24, because 20 is basically, well, this is going to be a radius. So it would basically cover like about 4 land tiles if it's radius of 24. And lasts for 6 seconds. And the projectile speed is important because that is one of the things we're going to talk about dealing with the next special. And again, remember the projectile speed of the Cloudbreaker is 20% higher than the normal ship. So does anybody have anything else before we get to the special, which is I'm sure it's something that people want to hear about? Okay, let's move on.
I guess my strategy for this one is to build the flagship more as a lean towards a countermeasure tank almost. Still driving stack, just more countermeasures, but it doesn't appear to be a must-have right now.
Yeah, until we get it to X1. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. All right. I was going to put together a table associated with this one. And then, I watched some videos at 0.2 time, at 5th speed. And I was still confused as far as like how some of this stuff is going to break down. But the important thing to know is the Ascension system does add 90% projectile speed and 50% mortar reload. Because of the projectile speed, it does not stack with Strike System 5. Because of the mortar reload and projectiles, I'm sorry, because of the splash and the spread and the projectile speed, it does not stack with combustion system or explosive system. So for those that do not have the high velocity rounds build, you would need to take off strike system, your engine, and either explosive system or a combustion system. The strike system adds strike system 5 adds 60% projectile speed, while combustion system and explosive system either add 42 or 43% projectile speed. So what we've seen by giving us a special with projectile speed of plus 90, we've actually reduced the projectile speed of a lot of people's builds. But we've increased the mortar reload basically. Now, it's going to be tricky to figure out how this all works out. That's why I didn't put a table together, because people would draw conclusions. I really think it needs to be tested in the field, because at what point does, one, the number of anti-mortars that we have on our fleet in total impact things? Because now we have the additional 6 slots that we did not have before. And at what's, so basically with the Strike System 5 build, you have 13% less projectile speed on your base ships, but you have 7 additional on your flag. I just don't know at this point, without seeing it in action, how all of those factors work together to shutting down the mortars, while at the same time we're getting plus 50% more reload from the Ascension system. And we're also, it's basically going to force most people to switch over to RFX, which has 50% explosive reload. By adding 100% reload, how does that all balance out at the end? Thoughts?
Well, it seems like for me, you have to choose what you want your projectile speed special to be. High velocity rounds, Ascension mortar system, or Strike System 5.
Mhm.
Whichever one you go for defines the build that you need to run.
Mhm.
Currently, high velocity rounds has the highest projectile speed, performs the best. Strike System 5 and the build associated with that has the second highest projectile speed. Ascension mortar system has the lowest. Now, if you look at the building damage per second, Ascension mortar system it's reversed. Now Ascension mortar system is the highest, and the high velocity rounds is only half of that.
Mhm.
So I guess we might need to see it in action, but it seems like this the 132 is or excuse me, the Ascension mortar system. It it just doesn't have enough projectile speed to be effective at all. If it had less and was still stackable with the other ones, it would be okay. But it has too much, so it's not stackable, but it's not enough to completely replace the 110 from high velocity rounds.
But the other issue is that we're also getting, with the firing dynamic of the Gales, we're also getting an additional 6
Yeah, we're getting up
projectiles
to
every 0.2 seconds
up
going
to
out.
6. Yeah, and the um, the flagship itself also has higher projectile speed in addition to the built-in weapon, which might not even work very well. I think it might just barely be enough to the projectile speed on the flag might just be enough for the Strike System 5 build to work, but I don't know if the Ascension mortar will actually work.
The Ascension system, okay.
I don't think it will be as effective.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because you go from maximum building damage to maximum projectile speed, and like you said, the HVR build is maximum projectile speed, minimum damage, while the speed system 5 is in the middle, and then you have the Ascension system, which is basically would be the highest damage and the lowest projectile speed, at the same time where we're getting the ability to add in 6 additional anti-mortars at the same time. So it is, I don't, without having the stats on the other side, I don't really think we're going to be able to make a decision on this until we see it in action. And
I'm not putting it on my ships day one. I'm not doing it.
No, I'm building a bare hull, and then I'll start putting weapons in the non-countermeasure slots. I'm not going to put an engine on it. That should get me to the point where somebody has built the whole thing at that point in time, and hopefully we can make a couple of decisions based on that, a week from now or something like that. But at this point, it is a confusing special at this point in time. So
I don't know if they didn't think it through, if they tested it, if they changed things, or if there's another special that's going to come out, if they're going to have an engine that adds 30% projectile speed. They're just not telling us their plan at all for this thing.
Yeah, but again, you have the ability to add 6 more Gales, and
Yes.
so because a lot of the issue with the projectile speed is I'm assuming I've been watching the slow motion videos, and it's sort of hard to tell, but basically there's an incoming projectile, all the Gales are firing at it, and if they miss with the higher projectile speed, they have a chance to fire a second time. Is that the assumption?
So what I'm seeing with the behavior is they don't actually have to miss. The first one just has to know that it's going to miss, because that calculation happens instantly, or maybe 0.2 seconds later.
Okay. And so, but now that you have, I have
maybe 6
on,
more is enough.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, I would claim this, but yeah, wait to see what the results are, because somebody's gonna coin it and figure it out.
I
But
don't know.
you don't think they will? Well, there's a
No.
chance that the people.
We also do have tokens.
Yeah, we do have, but you have to. No matter, well, if you have the build associated with the Speed System 5, you need to change. Well, you need to build this, and we don't have tokens for this. We don't have tokens for the flag, but if we have 10 tokens at this point, and it's gonna require you to change 2 specials,
if not 3.
Well, I was thinking Speed System 5 and Explosive System would need to be changed.
Okay, just 2.
Yeah, I don't know what the third one might be. So, okay. So I'm curious to see how this one turns out. So let's move on and see what else we got to talk about. All right, the Gladius X1. The one on the left is the Gladius. The one in the middle is the flag. The fire lance cannon. It's a little bit confusing in the way it's been presented. It does 20 million damage. Has a reload time of 8. Splash of 20, pierce range of 24, and we're probably going to get into pierce range in a little bit, because I had that question before, and then I think you saw it again in the in your preview. But basically, if you have X1 already, this I got off of Discord. It shows it's unaffected by specials. This should mean it's unaffected by damage and splash specials. It fires off like a single salvo, and then it splits into like 3 or 4 MIRVs. So your specials impact the initial thing that launches, and then the 3 or 4 MIRVs are not impacted by the specials. So things such as reload and range will be impacted, but when it MIRVs, that's not impacted by the special, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. What I would actually want to know is saying that what can be buffed and what can't.
You can buff reload, you can buff projectile speed, you can buff range. You cannot buff splash, spread, or damage.
Okay. I'm not quite sure on projectile speed 1, but because that move at the end would have projectile speed associated with it.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on when it MIRVs, but the last part of it, and we don't even know what the projectile speed is, so it may be.
You can buff reload, but not damage. You can buff reload and range, but not damage. That's the important ones.
And splash, because it's got a splash of 20. So if you're adding a bunch of splash, that could be quite significant.
But you can or cannot buff splash.
Cannot.
Okay.
Because that's a function of the MIRV. The rockets or whatever, the radioactive things that come out of this when it explodes or launches off the MIRVs. So, in addition to the fire lance cannon, what about building damage? I'm assuming building damage would not impact this, as it's the way it's been explained from Alien is that, like I said, there's going to be one projectile that comes out of your ship from the fire lance cannon, and that's going to split into 3 or 4 of them. Your specials impact the one that comes out. Your specials do not impact the 3 or 4 that actually hit the target. So I would not think that building damage would work, but you never know. So, all Okay, so addition to the Firelance cannon, which is all that the normal Gladius gets, we have the specials that the flag gets, which is the Eternal Shield aura, which gives you 80,000 ballistic and radioactive survival, a ballistic damage aura, which we don't know the range of, a projectile speed aura, which I don't think we know the range of, combat speed aura, which I don't think we know the range of, turn speed aura, which again, and the duration is perpetual. So I don't know what that means. If when they put the duration of perpetual, that means once they go on, it impacts the ships forever. I don't.
Or I think it means as long as the ship's alive. As long as your flagship's alive, it boosts everything within some range.
Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever that range may be.
So that is an aura, so all your ships are affected.
I guess the range was 40, but
Could be. But the damage figured on the target side, building or ship, so worked on other built-ins. I don't know. If damage is not included, I don't think building damage would be either. But again, we'll have to see. But that would be my assumption. All right. What else do we got? Or is it time for... yeah, I guess this is the time to... it'd probably be more useful if Derpy, if you wanted to peek or hit a couple of targets. We went through this on Wednesday. And I did notice, and I think we both noticed the fact that you were hitting stuff through the mountains, and I was assuming that was associated with your heavy weapon and the pierce range associated with.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out as well. I didn't. I don't know if it's the pierce that goes through the mountains, or if it. I didn't think I was hitting things through mountains.
Well, it looked like you were hitting, like you'd be going through a ridge of mountains and all of a sudden stuff was blowing up on the other side.
I did notice that once. I'm not, maybe that was because I went through the corner or something.
Because the pierce range is...
it's pretty low. It's like 24, isn't it?
Yeah, which is a land, yeah, it's a land tile.
Okay, am I looking for the 130?
Well, is there a 132? That would be a...
No, 132. They're still gone.
I see.
Wow. They should give everybody the bonus just for hitting the 130s.
This one, it does matter where you come in, apparently. Yeah, it's this one is not an auto target, which I don't know how they're going to handle that when these are in short targets or the FM or whatever.
Well, according to Chris's table, the 130 is the auto target.
Huh. Well, okay.
I mean, that's what it says. So.
The previous auto targets we've seen have been almost completely designed around autoing them, but
yeah, all I know is what it says in that drab blue and gray table.
So we've got these big silos here, and a little too, I guess. We've got the short range pyro turret, the longer range ballistic turret harpoon. Then some of these
launchers,
quad stun launchers.
Yeah,
and no ballistas in this one. So I guess you could consider an auto target.
But the thing that was interesting is that the launchers on auto fire, right?
The launcher's on auto fire.
Well, if you're on auto, the launchers.
Yeah, the short range.
I mean, I'm sorry, the throwers. I'm sorry, the throwers will. Will shoot at you, and these have a minimum range. So that's why you're cozying up to them.
Yep. Looks like I killed one with the silo blast.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the heck you killed that one because I didn't see it.
I didn't know I was going to. These targets have no contrast. See, I killed this thing from outside the mountain.
I guess there's a gap between those two mountains.
Yeah, you can almost, if you have splash weapons in PvP, you can hit through. But
go back up there. Is there a gap between that mountain and that?
There's not.
It's a solid mountain, but you shot through it.
Right there where you're at, if you go up right there, is there a gap? There you go.
I shot through it there.
Yeah, there's a gap.
See, it's okay.
Maybe it's just. I think it's the skin.
Or okay, so this is what I was talking about. Are you killing stuff behind mountain? Is this the piers?
I think so.
Is this the piers, or are there holes in the mountains? And this is the one that causes the shockwave.
I haven't seen a shockwave yet, but it's been hitting my 76% evade flag.
Okay. Now, how did that just happen?
Wow, what happened?
I killed one of the silos, and the rest of them joined in and died.
Fell over on each other.
Yeah.
but you took damage at that point, correct?
I don't know. I might have been out of range.
Okay.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Come on.
That's ridiculous.
These things need their range lower a bit.
That's the stupid crap that makes me upset. Right.
The contrast, it is hard to see.
Yeah, they're all the same color. And I had that problem with even the Skyfire targets way back when.
Yep.
The other thing is you have really short range of 75, so I don't think I can hit this one from this side.
What if you had lower cannon mounts on there?
I had even lower range.
Yeah, it'd be even worse.
And that's what's on the ship that you can buy.
Of course. Okay, the trick.
So if you were going to always auto, I guess lower cannon mount might be better, but
because it's going to put you inside that minimum range, maybe. Like this damn thing is what pisses me.
But yeah, because if you're going to auto, you're going to end up in the minimum range either way.
Yeah.
Even with lower cannon.
Even driving, it's not very easy to stay out. But
how do you stay out of range of that thrower? Or
you gotta press the down arrows even before you think you're in range of it.
You're able to do it though, right? I mean, it's not like 1 pixel or something.
It's not as bad as it has been before in the Hellwraith, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't like that. But that's the least. I'm sorry.
No, I was just asking what he was going to next. The 510?
510.
So that was the least offensive target, basically, of the new stuff, right?
Least offensive? Meaning?
Well, I'm meaning least detrimental or least damaging to you.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen the 132.
Right.
Maybe why we haven't seen it.
But if that was the auto and the other's the drive, there has to be some skill. I'm just thinking out loud, I guess.
Yeah, the other one probably does have ballistas in it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, do we want to? Let's see if we can get a shockwave going. See if it works true with how they said it would work. This
hurts. Hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a little bit. That's.
Do I even have projectile effects on?
Yep. That one missed. You had one miss.
I have a few miss because this one doesn't. It has evade, even if it's fairly low evade. I don't. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a shockwave every time. So I guess they did explain it correctly. Oh, there's another one. I need to zoom out on this one to hit all these things.
So if you're right here and you hit S, what happens? Not asking you to do it. I'm just. Does it get you?
I don't know. Well, I know this harpoon's really difficult to hit because I've got to get right up against the land tile on this one, which I think is rude.
So if you hit S, it would probably go around the corner there.
Yeah, it would go all the way around the corner down here.
Then you get nailed.
Yeah, by both of these things.
Crying out loud.
Oh, I got a shockwave off. Disappointing. Or rather, they got a shockwave off. I guess I'm inside the minimum range of the. I'm not in the minimum range. Jeez.
It doesn't look like you can be.
Unless there are these mountains that don't look like mountains. See, that doesn't look like a mountain to me. It looks like a random piece
it's
of
a wreck
target.
or something.
Yeah, it's a skin or whatever, but
Yeah.
this doesn't look like it's going to be my favorite raid of all time.
No, this one here sucks.
Yeah, I'm shooting some things.
I think you were taking out some of the. You got to watch that one silo, right?
Yeah, something's going to happen.
This one on the corner.
Yeah, this big one.
Yeah.
I'm going to get close to it, hit it with my fuse lighters, and run away. Because it starts doing this, which means I'll take damage if I'm in there when it explodes.
You got out of range.
You got to.
That time I got out of range. The second time I did. The first time I hit this half an hour ago, I did not.
I saw that. So the effect of that blowing up takes out all the rest of those silos too.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Then let me actually outrange this thing. See, my range ring isn't even touching that turret, but it still outranged it.
Yeah. And then so it makes potentially the sea serpents a good crew.
I don't know why that does.
What that does? Oh, why the sea serpents? Well, I was just thinking like turn speed and things like that. In addition to the evade that you might be dealing with the
Phlogiston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one over here is just shooting at me, and I can't even go back towards it.
You got to go all the way around.
Yeah, that's.
Well, he's got to kill all this stuff too, right?
Well, that's what I mean. But to get to the one that was covering that gap, he's got to go all the way around.
But he's got to kill all that stuff. He could kill all that stuff from the outside too. So it might be a good path.
I can't kill these things. These are mountains in the way here.
Well, I was thinking, okay, maybe just.
And they're shooting over them. They're still getting you too while you're sitting there.
Yep.
This sneaky bastard.
Come on.
Did I say that?
This raid cycle is not going to be my favorite.
No, it's already not mine.
You haven't even hit a target.
I know. I don't like the tank because I can't drive good, and it just pisses me off. Sorry. Get out of there! Get out of there!
I think I have some time. I'll hit it once. I haven't.
Oh, you didn't get the fuse lighter.
I didn't get all 5 on it. I'm gonna take 2 in. Hit it with 2.
Don't you need that one?
Did I miss?
You gotta get a little closer, I think.
There you go.
It just fired.
Maybe you need more than one.
Come on. Yeah.
That stinks. I'm sorry, but that stinks.
Well, maybe you need to, that's the thing, like you need to figure out like, oh, do I need to take in one ship or
one or two, and I saw it firing at the thing, but its health just wasn't going down. There was no indication that I hit it.
But wait a minute. On the first one that you hit, you went in there with all 5. And I think you
It
hit
was-
it like 5
it
times,
was-
and you split and you ran. So if you hit it with 1,
It was
But-
already
is it enough?
well.
see that turret that you were talking
It's
about earlier,
what's
blue-
damaged or not.
Yeah, but that turret that you guys were complaining about earlier got blown up by that.
Well, this ballista did. These two down here didn't.
Well, yeah,
So maybe I should hit
you're
this
right.
side first.
the heavy turret that you guys were
You're
that
right.
was covering that gap.
Maybe I should hit the right side first, right here. Go around this island, come back in.
Maybe that's what you got to do. You got to take out that silo because it takes out a whole bunch of other stuff with it.
Yeah, this one right here took down the whole middle of the target and this ballista.
And does that count against you as far as points?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a weird, dynamic.
It's so weird.
No, I turned the clouds on.
Okay,
Oh, there
so
we
you
go.
got 506. I was trying to figure out how many points you got. You got
Oh, I
506.
clicked away too quickly, I guess.
I think it was 506,000 points.
Yeah, and the target says 500,000. So
Okay, so they're accounting for that because you got more points than.
yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're getting, the accounting for points assumes that you blow up as much as stuff incidentally as possible. It seems like.
Yep.
So all those people that like a lot of zeros at the end of your points, you're not going to be happy.
Well, see everyone in 5.5 hours.
Yeah, it stinks, man. It's like
What you're mad about the lack of a lot of zeros?
no. The amount of damage.
Oh, the 132's out. He
Oh,
wants to hit a 132. Mike, does your raid start in 5 minutes?
My raid starts in an hour. Hold on.
Don't make me coin it.
Wait a minute. I gotta reload the game. I think it starts in an hour, actually.
yeah.
you're maybe. Well, I'm in with the same sector as you are, Hefe. So
Yeah. It starts in an hour.
I think it's an hour.
Lady Cat, where are you?
In the same world as you,
Okay.
not your sector, but world.
Is anybody
I built mine finished.
Alpha, Beta, or Epsilon in the chat so we can see the 132?
Or just peek it. Yeah.
I'll peek it
Oh.
at least.
Peeking it might be, because I think we're learning a lot as far as like, I don't, again, I don't know if there gaps in the mountains or that's the pier staking it, But yeah, if anybody's in chat, let me know that wants to run through a 132 now that they're out.
Or you can send me 11 coins. Nah, I should. Okay. Well,
Who is?
who's watching me?
No. There's somebody on Discord that his name is Boot the Cow.
I think that's a pretty amusing name.
Yeah. Okay.
He's one of the good ones.
Okay.
Okay, let's. Okay. What are we looking at in this target? So we have a center we have a center with a bunch of ballistas surrounding it. A bunch of fuel silos in the middle. So you hit those, they blow up. The center you don't have to worry about. So I guess you can chain. You get this one, this one, this one, this one. I don't know if you can actually get the big one, but if you can get this big one to blow up, that center will go down as well as will half the target. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that idea. And then there's a couple more ballistas and phlogistons and thrower. This is a thrower. This is a launcher. So you have harpoons, ballistas, launchers, throwers with more mountains on them on a bunch of islands. Again, the contrast is really hard for me to see. I don't know if that's a big complaint, but this island should blow up when you kill the silos.
Yeah.
Then.
So one thing you got to learn to do is how to kill that silo and get the heck out of the way.
And then, you do. This harpoon right here, you can't kill from over the mountain, so it's going to be shooting at you the whole time.
Can you get it from the gap? Looks like there might be a gap.
I don't think there's a...
Well, there's a peak there, and then there's that one to the... Okay, there, and then that one's got shaved off, and is there a gap between them?
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not. Shit. Shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say shit. Sorry.
I guess you probably want to hit this thing counterclockwise. Yeah, because you don't want to go into the ballistas. So I'd probably start here, go counterclockwise. Start up here, go counterclockwise.
Yeah, it looks like you came in at a good...
Kill this silo.
It looks like you came in at a good angle.
Gee, if I could send you some of my coins, I would. I don't have it. The means to do that.
Yeah, because I think
it's 11 coins.
It's $1.10. You know, it's more than I made an hour when I started work.
Yep, you just got one bowl of porridge, and that was it.
Yeah, 90 cents an hour at McDonald's. You know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, the high point is you're going to get several bonuses associated with this.
Yeah, I'll get the bonus for the S set. S is in, and then the X set. Those two letters are too similar sounding.
Ready?
Uh-oh. Which I didn't notice.
Because we were talking about going the other way. We were talking about going the other way.
I was going to start it.
Every time he blinks, that means it's at least 9 minutes of damage on the flag.
I was going to start here and go the other way and get this whole island.
Well, there's definitely
I
gaps.
can't even reach that. Come on. Come on. They don't even pop up before you go in there. You have to hover over them, and I can shift click it, but I can only shift click one at a time. How did I target that one? I don't know if I'm going to go range or not.
Okay, it's not firing through the mountain at that point. Oh,
man.
Okay, because that.
There we go. There's the chain.
There we go.
I got half the target. It didn't quite get this big one over here, but okay. So you want to come in directly at 9 o'clock and kill that all the ballistas. Let's see this. I'm going to take 5 at what started with the full health one. Hit it and run away.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so full health takes 5. Might be okay to do it with 4, but 5 is okay if you run instantly.
For that one.
You just run in, shoot it, and get the hell out. Get the heck out.
Okay.
Not liking us.
Well,
you got to get the
this whole all these targets just scream like, day 2 or day 3, it's going to be an easy rate. But right now, it's difficult.
Because it gets figured out, or because they...
Yeah. Because we can figure, like, you hit this one and then boom, with enough players, it's sort of like, okay, if you hit this one, this blows up. You hit this one, this blows up, and then there's really nothing else but cleanup afterwards, right?
I'm taking a quarter damage on this target.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, day 2, day 3.
Yeah.
I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying collectively as a community, we'll figure out, boom, you hit this one, and and then you go hit this one, and then. And I'm glad these things don't throw out cheese balls.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's one good thing.
Yeah.
I'm Gladius that they don't.
Yeah, nice.
Get puns out of here.
All right.
Couldn't resist.
Okay, 1.5 hours damage on that, and slightly less than 250.
But look at your flag, though. I mean, it's like, okay, you got an hour and a half, but
they just
flag just got massacred, or whatever ship is that first one.
It's the flag, yeah.
Yeah, it's the flag.
So it's like,
well,
5 minutes.
You went through it so quickly. What was the majority of your damage there?
it was about even.
Okay, I was,
I didn't notice anything.
So you might be able to sit on each one of those other 4 for like 4 or 5 minutes, but the other one you're going to be tomorrow. Cheese balls. But the other one you're going to sit for a while. Yeah.
Well, he still has.
5-6 minutes. It's still a long.
Yeah, that should be instant if I drive well or everything, but.
Sorry, just depressing.
At least you only need 6 million points this raid.
Yeah, how many points? You got a fair amount of. You're halfway there.
I spent 11 coins, but oh well.
Yeah. Alrighty. I don't know. I could put the link out in case anybody wants to join the show. But is there anything? I mean, it seems like the mass computing power of the whole community. I think it's going to figure this out in the next day or so, if not before midnight. As far as like hit this and hit that, because these targets like scream that there should be some videos that come out that are going to be really telling as far as how to hit these targets.
I hope so.
Me too.
It just seems by the way these targets are constructed, with blowing this up blows up like half the target. Makes me feel that way.
That feels good.
I don't know what's going on at your house, but
that one hyper burst, if you can call it that.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I think I need another beer or two, and then it will feel good.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I don't know if there's a reason for us to go through each individual component again, unless somebody wants to do it. If there's nothing else, I don't know if there's a reason for us to go through.
Nah, I don't see a great reason to.
He's got their YouTube on.
Yeah, it was Bullyacker. You got I muted you because you had your YouTube on. So,
He's got their YouTube on.
Yep, still got it on. So, alrighty. If we don't have anything else at this moment, I will. I don't know. See you all on Friday when we figure it all out.
You heard it here first. Hefe's gonna coin every target till he gets it down to instant.
No. I'm not. I didn't say me. I said we. The royal. The community. I think we'll figure this out. As far as what the most efficient way is to hit these targets, you only hit the 132 once, and I'm not giving you a hard time at all. I'm just saying, once we see the reactions and the chain reactions that occur inside these targets, I think there's going to be a very specific way to hit these targets based on what we've seen, as opposed to like a skirmish target where there's more, there's a more latitude on how you want to, you could hit the target. But this one, it feels like there's a very specific way to hit the target in order to get the least damage. So,
yeah, seems that way.
Yeah. So, alrighty. Well, we're going to proceed to the after show. The link's in the right-hand side. Do you have anything to say, Bullyacker, before we go off the air?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we'll see you all on Friday, and hopefully we have some more information for you, and best of luck in the raid. So, see you then.
Good night, all.
See y'all.
Later, people.